Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Factorio Spaghetti Western. As always, I'm here with Scarhoof.
Hello, everyone.
How is it going in your rubber band world?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good.
Good.
I've embraced the rubber banding. It's part of my life now. This is just the way you play the game. I don't know of any other way to play it.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking for something.
Me too. I think I found what I was looking for though.
I kind of forgot what I was looking for. So now I'm running around like trying to find the
Oh
factory
jeez.
to remind me of what it was. Oh man. I'm looking for what are those things called? Oh, maybe we never actually set up a factory for our chemical plants.
Probably not.
We have. Yeah, I don't think we did. All right. Well, I guess I'm making those. I'm just gonna make like 10 so that we have them, and then of course we'll never find them.
Of course. So
yes, so I'm gonna go ahead and set up a little bit more battery production. As you guys can see here on my screen, our batteries are severely lacking. We did get all of this set up, and plastic is doing great now. Once we doubled that plastic, everything's doing fine.
yeah, that.
So just need to get these guys going a little bit quicker.
Yep. And while you do that,
we could also get ourselves another one of these
I'm
guys
going
going.
to set up some solar up here, which hopefully should help. We do have this little steam power plant going, but I think it's definitely high time to do some solar.
Yeah, it's definitely time.
All right. Yeah, guys, I'm just doing the very basic setup, which is not perfect ratio actually, but for the space, it's about as perfect as you can get. So
yeah, I've always liked that build. It's simple, and it seems to make a lot of sense. You know, it's like you get your solar panels and your accumulators about the time that you would get access to your substations.
yeah, exactly. And then, like, even though it's small, like for one stamp, like I'm doing, you can just pretty much like multiply it, and then just use that as a blueprint. It's very scalable, I guess you could say, just by stacking on top of itself.
Yep, it's extremely scalable, and it's almost like they planned it that way. You know.
Yeah, because it's like all the accumulators fit perfectly in the thing, the range of the substation. Yeah, so I mean the ratios, I was randomly like looking and did the math. The ratios are a bit off, but I spoke to Zuri because I questioned it because it was actually in the guide, you know, and I was like, why would I put that in there if it was so wrong? But he actually said it's as perfect of a ratio as you can get in the space of a substation. So
okay, so it's perfectly fine to do that, and then you know, if you really want the absolute perfect ratio, you got to go with something bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I in my larger bases, I usually play with a mod called Day-Night Extender.
Interesting.
Yeah, I love that mod. It messes with your ratio significantly because it basically makes your days and nights last. Is it 30 minutes long?
Oh wow!
Which is interesting for like YouTube because you could cram an entire episode into a daytime, right? So you never have to deal with nighttime. But of course, your solar will dry up in nothing flat. In fact, I've accidentally loaded up worlds that didn't rely on that were like reliant entirely on solar, and I loaded them up with that mod installed, and like you're running around for about 10 minutes and everything's going on, all of a sudden just everything dies. You're just like, what happened? And then you finally realize that like it's been nighttime for 20 minutes, right? And like all your accumulators are gone and your entire base is entirely reliant on solar.
Oh geez.
But it's a fun mod because it messes with everything, right? It's like you can't just use solar. If you're going to use solar, you've got to like really ramp up like massive banks of accumulators. So I actually have in one of those bases that I did, I had the you know, your standard stamp with the you know, the Mark III one that Zuri did. I had basically that one. And then I had another one where the entire Roboport was just surrounded by accumulators. and about every 4, I would do like a 4-to-1 ratio. So I would do like 4 perfect ratio stamps, and then I would do like 1 of just accumulators.
Interesting.
It was like 900 or 1,000 accumulators in
Oh my gosh.
one blueprint. But I mean, that's the way to do it. If you need to make it through the night, that's the way you got to do it.
So many more accumulators.
Yeah. I also, I think I told you about this. I had, that's the build that I actually made. Was it 1,000 boilers or 2,000 boilers? And the entire thing was fed off of, what was it called? Solid fuel.
Oh my gosh, why are you wasting all that oil?
I had a ton of oil. Honestly, I had a ton of oil, and I productivity'd all of it. So it was fairly plentiful, actually.
Wow. I envy your excess oil.
Well, that was a while ago, though. So
true.
Things were, I had kind of adjusted the map specifically to have that level of oil and whatnot.
Right.
Oh boy, the rubber banding is real.
Yes.
Go nice and slow. Yeah,
And
there
yes,
we go.
guys.
We've got
Nice.
batteries.
I am this OCD.
And I made another 6 of them. So we've got tons of batteries coming in now.
Very, very cool. So, I don't really know how many I've added. I guess I can look. Almost 100 solar panels. I mean, we're almost only at 50% power usage, which is pretty good.
Let's see, this comes down here.
Okay, so that's about all I had in my inventory worth.
So I'm just doing a 90-degree lane balancer right here because all of these guys are outputting on one side of the belt. I'm just lane balancing it. If I can stop rubber banding.
Yeah, that must be kind of hard.
See it.
Now,
all right. So
come on, you should know you don't need the lane balance.
I actually had a conversation about that with somebody in my comments. They were asking, like, why aren't you lane balancing? Because I didn't in one of my episodes. And so he and I were kind of having the conversation about it, about it. And I'm like, yeah, technically you don't, because if you're having a production issue, a source issue, then that's where it is. But the problem is number one, it just looks horrible. Like that's the reason why they changed the curves, the way the curves work, because they really didn't. There was no performance gain by changing the way the curves worked. Right, it was still throughputting the same number of items for the most part, as long as you did those ridiculous lane balancers that they did in Alpha 12. But it was largely for aesthetics. I mean, that was probably the number one reason, or at least for a lot of people. Zuri may not agree with me, but like for me, it was mostly about aesthetics, changing the way that the curves work. So lane balancing is to me also just about aesthetics. It looks better when everything's balanced.
Yeah. I mean, I understand. I'm the same way, for sure. I just, it does. It looks just weird when it's like only on one side.
Mm-hmm. And you look at it and you're always thinking, there's something wrong with that. I need to go fix it.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right. So we have got a total of 8 chemical plants making batteries now. So our batteries are flowing nicely.
That is great, because we were definitely low. Looks like our science is now backed up again, which is good because we were running pretty low since we were like just plowing through research.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, guys, we're actually getting pretty close to the rocket silo. A few more researches here.
Yep, and I am going to work on getting us some power armor too.
Sweet.
So we can rubber band around the base even faster.
It'll be glorious.
No one will want to watch our videos because it'll just be like a skipping half a screen.
Yeah,
at a time.
it'll be pretty crazy.
Yep. All right. So let's see. What do we need for power armor?
Chest
3.
really full.
We need efficiency 5s and speed module 3s. Oh boy.
We don't have any of that, do we?
Well, we have all the research done, and I could technically craft them all in my inventory right now.
Don't do that.
No, I won't. But what I can do is I'm just going to set up little factories here. That'll just kind of go on their own for a little while. This is going to look absolutely horrible. But this is spaghetti western, so, you know, hashtag deal with it.
Yeah, in fact, I think the solo layout is actually probably the best looking thing here. Just because it's, like, you know, symmetrical and somewhat decent looking.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just gonna do the same thing that you're doing.
What, just throw junk down?
Pretty much.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're gonna make productivity
Did we
okay.
did we not? Did we need those? Oh no, we don't. We only need efficiency.
No, we don't. We had to do the research. Yeah, we had to do the research to get to. Oh, wait. We might actually need those. Let me come into Rocket Silo.
Oh yeah, we need those maybe for the other things.
Oh, do we have concrete? Because we're gonna need concrete for the Rocket Silo.
No, I'll work on concrete.
Okay, we don't need a lot. We only need a total of 1,000 concrete for the entire game. So like one line in a chest, and we're good to go.
All right. Stone.
So you can even just manually put in the amount of iron ore that it's, and you'll be done. Yeah, we don't actually need any of the productivities for the end game. All we need is speed module 1s and processing units.
Okay, well that's not bad.
No.
I guess I'll build it here. Why not? And I did that wrong. Fantastic.
All right, so this guy needs reds,
Whoops.
and he also needs blues. Oh, how are we gonna get? Well, reds are easy. Filter inserter, baby.
Oh man, going old school.
This is gonna be so atrocious.
So I just realized we don't have requester chests, which is kind of absurd.
I thought we were going for not doing that.
Well, you know, that's probably why we don't have them. God. Oh, man, I can't believe I just did that. Okay. Okay, so we only need 1,000, so...
Yeah, because remember, it ruins the spaghetti if we do it.
Right. Yeah, I don't know why I thought that we would do that.
I can just grab these off of here. Oh, sweet.
So, I need iron ore.
Oh, wait. Does that mean I need to actually belt blue circuits all the way down to this place, or can I just like, because I'm only making enough for the Power Armor Mark IIIs, so we only need like maybe 2 stacks of processing units for both armors. Should I just go nuts and belt it all the way down?
You could belt it, or you could just carry it yourself. Be a pack mule.
That's what I was kind of thinking. I'll just carry it.
Good thing they're small and light. Not that it matters,
Yeah.
since you can carry like a bajillion refineries in your backpack.
What do you think it's worth? Well, probably the rocket silo is probably the worst, right? If you had like your entire inventory filled. Well, then again, probably oil refineries, right? If your entire inventory was filled with one item, what would take up the most physical volume in real life? Like pump jacks stacked to 50? No, they stack to 20.
Do
so that would be a
silos
lot.
stack?
No, I don't think they do.
I don't know what refinery stack.
I would say that they're. No, refinery stack to 5, maybe 10.
I feel like pump jacks.
So like. They stack to 20, but like a rocket silo is way larger than a pump jack. Like a pump jack's a little bit bigger than a car, right?
True.
Well, maybe 3 or 4 cars.
Right. Yeah, but a rocket silo is like 50 pump jacks. Well, maybe not 50.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
huge.
But the problem is with the stacking of things, like what would actually be worse? That's an interesting conundrum.
All right, guys. I want to see. I'm serious. I want to see in the comments of this video, what would it be? Get out your calculators or whatever you use.
Or just start making stuff up. That's what we do.
come up. I mean, what do you think? What do you think in real life, like based on real life sizes, what would be be the most? What was the word you used?
The most volume.
Like, what would take up the most volume? If you had your whole inventory full of it. I think it's probably a rocket silo, even though they only stack to one. I mean, in real life, rocket silos are freaking huge.
Yeah.
Why is this not working? Because there's no stone brick. Fantastic. I'm trying to think. Now, I mean, like, I don't know, because I've never actually, I mean, they don't really actually have these in real life. Like a steam engine. I mean, you don't just have like a stationary random steam engine in real life, so it's kind of hard to compare.
Right.
Or
do they? Maybe they do. I mean, like, you can't exactly equate it to like a power plant.
It's not. I mean, it doesn't produce as much as a whole power plant, really.
Right, but you could probably equate it to roughly the size of like a locomotive.
Yeah, which really isn't that. I mean, because these only stack in 10, I think.
Right, and locomotives stack it. Well, locomotives stack in 5, so probably those are probably larger than the diesel locomotive.
Yeah, but I mean,
cargo wagon stack
still
in 5.
Like, compared to a rocket silo.
Yeah.
I feel like we're missing something, but
yeah, I think
I'm not sure.
Mining drills. I mean, chemical plants are pretty massive too, and those things stack to 20, I believe. Or no, maybe they stack higher than that.
It's hard to tell. I don't know. I think, do chemical plants stack to 50?
I don't think so. Maybe 20. Could be wrong on that. You know, I can make 30 in my inventory. I'm just going to make 30, and I have 4 already, so we'll see. We'll see how high they stack.
Best use of resources ever.
That's right.
I mean, chemical.
We are getting so much done.
This is this is what it's really about.
That's right. We're doing we're asking the tough questions around here.
I mean,
we're asking the questions that they don't want you to know.
Like, I've never actually seen a chemical plant in real life. Like, obviously they exist, right? Or so, close to it. I've never really seen one. I don't know how big they are. Trying to think what's an equivalent.
They're pretty massive. What, like, have you seen James Bond?
One?
Like, they always have fights at them, right? Like in action movies, there's always someone at like an abandoned power plant or like a like some sort of a like an industrial area kind of a thing.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's huge, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like maybe the quarter of a size of a like a power plant or something like that.
Right, and I mean if you, yeah, so I feel like they definitely stack. I feel like they stack to 50, man. Or at least 25 or something.
Well, yeah, I'm still making them. So I'm doing circuitry.
Are you?
Oh, man. In one of my more recent episodes in Bot World, I figured out on screen how to, I'm sure it was absolutely painful for my viewers. I'm really sorry for this. I figured out how to make it so that 2 iron trains, because I only have one iron depot for deliveries, and I have these 2 they're 282s. They're massive trains, and I've got tons and tons of train congestion at my base. So I only wanted one to leave the iron outpost if the other one at a time kind of thing, and each one was 2 separate iron outposts. So I had to figure out a way to wire both iron outposts together through the network, and then read the rail signals to find out if the train was docked there, and then tell the other train that it was allowed to go, and then stop the one train that was stopped to not leave until the other train gets back.
Wow, and you got it to work?
I got it to work. Now, I don't know if it's going to work long term, and whatever kludgy method I did probably is going to have big issues. I'm really interested to see what people think when it comes out. But yeah, it was the first time I've ever done anything like that.
That is I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I was really proud of
I
myself.
can see why.
It was like, you know, kid putting their drawing up on the refrigerator kind of thing, because man, I'm so bad with circuit
Oh yeah,
networks.
so am I.
But I was really happy about that. Okay, so this guy is going to limit it to less than 5, right? Whoops, that's not what I'm looking for. 5. So what I'm doing is I'm just setting these guys up so that they will only pull out 5 at a time.
Okay. I'm gonna go ferry some artifacts down here.
Okay. Oh, speaking of which, I actually do need some artifacts. Whoa, rubber banding.
Flag.
Were you getting it too?
A little bit.
Oh, server not responding.
Oh, great.
All right. Now,
We don't need this many in here, but I brought them down, so... How many do we need?
oh, alien artifacts.
5 per.
I'm doing 5 at a time. Yeah, because each Power Armor Mark II is going to require 5, I believe. So I figure we'll just do 5, and then we'll do another 5, and then we can shut it off at that point. Because we're not going to want to make a bunch of these. We're going to want to say, oh yeah, Power Armor Mark II requires 5 efficiency, 5 speed module 3s, 40 processing units, 40 steel plate, and 50 alien artifacts. And we'll do the actual construction of those guys in our inventories.
So, how many chemical plants do you at?
They only stacked to 10.
Damn it.
They only stacked to 10.
I don't know. I mean, you know, that might be our winner.
Are 10 chemical plants? Yeah, 10 chemical plants. Are they the same size as a single rocket silo?
So.
I kind of think they.
I mean, I would say they're bigger.
I think they are larger. Yeah.
All right, guys. So the conclusion here, the moral of the story is that your backpack is a black hole. You can carry
a temporal shift through the dimensions or something.
Yeah, you can carry. Wait, how many slots do you have? 100 in your inventory, I think. 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 70.
70.
So.
Well, but then you have 2 toolbars down at the
90.
bottom. Plus, you have your inventory for your power armor, technically, and I don't know how big how big is a fusion reactor?
Oh.
And those stack to 50?
I think they stack to 1. No,
do they?
No.
No, I'm pretty sure they stack. I know they stack it. They stack at least.
I mean,
don't know how much.
Do we even have fusion reactors in real life?
No.
Well, then we can't really figure it out. But I mean, okay, so chemical plants, though. I mean, 90 slots. I mean, let's just say with our current power armor, 90 slots times 10, you can carry 900 chemical plants in your backpack. That's like the size of, I don't even know what, several square miles worth, I would imagine. At least.
Oh, yeah, so, for sure.
So yeah, you're walking around with a black hole on your back.
That's right.
So how is our power is still good? Oh yeah, less than half even. Barely even using solar. And I think this episode, 23 minutes, geez, we're out of time. That'll do it for this one, guys. Next time we will work on, I'm not really sure what, but we'll figure something out.
Well, yeah, we're gonna go do some math and figure out if fusion reactors actually exist in real life.
All right.
Thanks for watching, guys.